Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, now we're noticing post-election, the crash outs are coming in different forms at this time. One of the types of crash outs is the attempted cancellations of people who supported and or voted for Trump or let those political positions be known. So right here we got Waka Flocka, right? And it says right here, so he speaks out after his meet and greet was canceled for endorsing Trump. My decision for who I vote for is my decision. Imagine living in a country that was built on free speech to ultimately find out free speech is only given to those who don't go against the system. A lot of people need to wake up. Y'all being used for a bigger agenda. Free speech is free speech. My decision for who I vote for is my decision. And y'all talking about freedoms. One of my meet and greet events in DC was canceled today because of some people's opinion, because they harassed a liquor store until they canceled it. Then they spin it like I did something wrong for having an opinion, and that's freedom. So then he posts the actual message of cancellation. So I love and support my community first and foremost. I am not a huge political or music person, and I truly had no idea about the views of Waka Flocka Flame, nor do I share his views. My community has spoken, and the event for tomorrow has been canceled. Okay, so they letting it be known, whoever he had this scheduled with, actually let it be known that it was because of his political viewpoints and the fact that they did not agree with his political viewpoints. Now, you had a lot of people in the comment section that was like, oh, well, now this person says he doesn't have to vote to endorse. And I know y'all gonna hate this, but he's right. Everybody has a right to their own belief. Let's stop bullying people for their choices. I'm mad too, but he has a right to speak his mind. Okay. So free speech and free choice has consequences. Your views and opinion may not coincide with the values of that community. Therefore, they chose to rescind their invite. What about the time he was recorded kicking people out of his concert who supported Biden? That pendulum of intolerance swings left and right. Free speech means you don't go to jail. It doesn't mean you can't be canceled. And they had an opinion to cancel you. See how that works? Both ways. It's bigger than free speech. The speech is free. So are the repercussions. Your free speech, just like next year's president, came with insults. Okay. Ask the MAGAs to host a meet and greet. Now, the people in the comment section was like, oh, well, the other people have a right to not deal with you based on your political alignment. That may be so. However, the point that's being missed, either purposely or not, is that, and this is why Waka's saying free speech, because what he's meaning to say is, I should not be discriminated against based on my political stance, okay? Based on a candidate that I supported. Because if he had supported Kamala, he wouldn't have been canceled. You understand what I'm saying? What's going on here is now the bullying starts. If you were a public a public figure, if you were some form of celebrity or this and that, and people know your viewpoints and they figure that you maybe voted for Trump or you supported Trump, now they're going to cancel, mess with your money. When your political viewpoints don't have anything to do with the venue that you're going to, unless the venue that you were going to was politically aligned, maybe on the opposite side or something like that. But if this was a meet and greet that was based on you as an artist, your voting habits or your alignment had nothing to do with your artistry or your fans or whether or not people liked your music. This is why I don't really like, this is just a tangent. I don't really like, if I like an artist or if I like music, I actually try to know as little about them personally as I possibly can, because I like your music. I'm not guaranteed to like you as a person. I don't know you as a person. I know you got a couple of bops and I dance to it, or I know the lyrics, or I sing it, or I listen to it, whatever the case may be. But all of this following celebrities around and trying to figure out what stances they on, this, that, and the third, I try to stay out of that. That's those people's personal business. There's a difference between the artist and the persona that they present publicly and the person that they are privately. And that's not anybody's business. But anyways, I digress, because that's really neither here nor there. The point that I'm trying to make is, this is what we're going to do now for people who did not support Kamala. And there were many of them that we saw how many people voted for Trump. So we're going to start canceling everybody. So if somebody voted for Trump and then they get fired because their boss doesn't like it, then it's going to be like, oh, well, see, that's the slippery slope. You can't start messing with people's livelihoods. That's the whole point of votes being private and your name not being attached to the vote. So when you go in to vote, you may have to present your ID or whatever, but that who voted for who is not public knowledge. That doesn't go on the public record. Your name is not next to your vote. So you don't have to be discriminated against based on it, because people will do that. As we see, people will do it if my political views don't align with your political views, and then I feel some type of way about it, and I got some type of control over your money or your situation somehow, I may be vindictive enough to, pull the rug out from under you because we didn't agree politically, or I've come to find out, or I was able to look up on a database who voted for who. This is why those things are typically privatized. You go into the booth to vote, and things of that nature. It's not, because it's not supposed to be biased. It's not supposed to be biased. In a perfect world, theoretically, nobody's supposed to know who voted what, so that those types of discriminatory practices, those types of vindictiveness, because people feel strongly about their political views. A lot of times, some people feel just as strongly about a political view as they do a religious view, right? Some people are very passionate about that. So, it's like, if I don't know who you voted for, or that's not something we ever discuss, then I can't be petty and vindictive with you over it. It's just really a way to try to make sure that that's not prevalent in society. Oh, well, I know you voted, this way or that way, so I don't want you working for me no more, or I don't want to do business with you no more, or you can't come to this school no more, or you can't come to this social event anymore, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. That's why it's a slippery slope. That's why he's saying something. Because Plies crashed out over Kamala the whole entire election, and I haven't yet to see a post of him being canceled at any event based on political views. But this is how we as Black people try to punish each other for having a different thought. And this is kind of the crash out of a lot of people who voted Democrat this time around. A lot of crash out, and a lot of vitriol and a lot of venom is coming out of people. You got, and I'm gonna talk about this later. You got the women on The View supporting, yeah, don't talk to your family members if they supported Trump. Like, what are y'all saying? And it's this type of reckless talking and reckless, heedless rhetoric that gets people in trouble. Because what are you saying? Anyway, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.